welcome. I'm talking today with Kelly Cobble with the Quincy Art Association. Kelly, thanks so much for joining me.
Great to be talking to you.
Yeah. One of the things we're really excited to celebrate this month is art. Well, exactly what is it? Art Week.
I think it's just Art Week. Right,
yeah,
right.
Art Week,
exactly.
Which is happening at the first full week in May.
Yes.
So we had planned some additional activities, but we're grateful to be able to share this video as a token of our appreciation for people celebrating the arts. Obviously, it's something we need to celebrate year-round, but hopefully people will take a little bit of extra time this week and celebrate Art Week and spend some more time engaging with the art that speaks the most to them.
Right, right. Absolutely. And I think that, again, sad to say, some of the events that we were hoping to do were to have more interactive engagement during Art Week, and we were, thought we'd have a little bit more of a demo or something else going on at the library along with it. But I will say the Mass Cultural Council has been great supporters of many different cultural venues in Quincy, but the Art Association in particular, we always have to give them a generous kudos because they are very supportive of us and we enjoy all of the work that they do. We do have a nice cultural arts council here in Quincy that supports all of the culture that we have, from music to art, storytelling, schools, and etc. So kudos to them. And again, under these circumstances, we're just happy to be able to engage people to the capacity that we can. And we're hoping that people still keep sending us their artwork, even though we can't be there to share it with them.
I know we're both saddened that we can't, we have such a long history of celebrating art and the Quincy Art Association with the library. We've, on Thursdays, every third Thursday, we're doing the art movie collaboration.
Right.
And every May for quite a while now, we have hosted the Spring into Art show, and we can't do that this year.
Right, right. Yes.
So
sad to say.
It is sad.
It is one of those traditions that has been affected. Yes.
But there are ways that people can appreciate art remotely. There's an amazing number. I don't know if you've gone out and visited, but I know that a lot of museums have made their galleries available online. They were doing that before, but I know there's been an upsurge in that. There's a lot of really incredible art that sometimes, in some ways, through our screens, we can get closer to than we could even if we were in person at some of these museums. And
no
certainly
doubt.
It's a lot cheaper to look at the Guggenheim in Bilbao on my screen. I have not yet been to Bilbao, although I hope to get there someday.
Same. Yes, I've been to Italy, in the past month, and New York.
Yeah.
I love seeing some of these major museums that, I will say the first thing that keeps popping to my mind is, I'm not at work, so let's go to I'd like to be going to a museum. And I'm like, no, Perfect. I can't do that. So it has been virtually. But yes, some of the footage that has come out of some of these places is truly amazing. And I have definitely spent my time traveling the world virtually and visiting museums. So
That's fabulous. And it can give us such a sense of perspective. And I think you mentioned Italy, and I think about what's happened in Italy recently.
Right.
But then we can look, and there's art from Italy of people surviving the bubonic plague. Much darker times than we have today, and that artwork has persisted. So we can draw into pretty deep wells of resilience here.
Absolutely. Right. And beauty just makes it all the more easier to endure. And that's what we hope art brings to the table.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. We can talk about some art is beautiful, some of it's not beautiful. Some art I think is okay to be confrontational, but I like emotional art. I like art that just strikes a chord. Sometimes I love the spontaneous. I love a lot of different types of art. And I like Pollock, and I remember the first time I was face to face with an actual physical Jackson Pollock, and feeling the energy on that canvas and the scale was it was a powerful experience.
Yes.
I wouldn't call it a beautiful experience, but it really, I felt something standing there in front of it. Looking at Guernica, right? Picasso's Guernica is such a powerful piece. Nobody's ever going to call that beautiful.
It's not beautiful. Exactly. Right. And actually, I will say, I think, well, I actually was at the MFA on the day of their 150th birthday, which was,
what a treat.
it was a Wednesday, and I got to go in because it was a free Wednesday night. And I took advantage of it. And actually, they have a whole room with, I think, 2 full, huge Jackson Pollocks.
Oh, wow.
And those were 2 of the most popular paintings, especially I noticed among younger visitors. And so it was really neat to see other people engaging with art. So,
and I know it's not for everybody. I certainly talk to people who do not like Jackson Pollock at all. But in some ways, that's the fun of it. It's like, you know, you don't have to all like the same thing, and that's okay.
Exactly. Right. And art should never be held responsible for the creator, because we know some of these artists have lived controversial lives.
That is for sure.
But they've produced some beautiful things. So, art should be non-judgmental forever and ever.
It can be hard to do in some art forms. You know, I think comedians are some of the most, you know, the most challenging when you think about the art that they create. Now I'm talking about a different type of art, but sometimes it's really hard to separate the comedy from the person delivering it. I mean, I don't think any of us are watching Bill Cosby these days.
No. And, you know, boy, we all grew up with him, you know? I mean, thinking he was a good role model. It's sad.
Great. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited. Let's go ahead. One of the things that we want to share with everybody in Quincy and everybody joining us is a way to pay respect to the art of Quincy. You with the Quincy Art Association, I knew you do a lot of work throughout the year, and there's various things we've looked forward to the Spring into Art for years. So one of the things that we thought that you and I were talking about doing that I'm looking forward to launching right now is let's look back at the art from last year's program. We have an online gallery. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with everybody who's joining us. And we jump in and look at the gallery from last year.
Sure. And I just want to say, while you're doing this, is, you know, our show at the library is really one of our most important shows. Obviously, the Arts Fest in September is huge, and we look forward to, we work towards that all year. But the library show is really a wonderful opportunity. It opens up the doors that we really hope to open up as a community, as a community member. And we love making it accessible to people, you know, and in a more intimate setting than the Arts Fest, obviously. I remember, I think it was 2 years ago when we were setting it up, and we had a couple of people that were just sitting around the atrium, kind of watching us do our thing. And as we were progressing, they couldn't help but want to see what we were putting up.
Of course.
And, you know, we had visitors walking among the panels as we were even creating the exhibit. And I will say, I do have to throw out a nod to Tony. He does have a remarkable eye and always makes our exhibits really professional and spot on. So I never doubt what we're going to produce when I know he's at the helm. So as we were just putting things up and, you know, throwing them kind of up on the panels just to get them off the floor without any curating, people were still amazed. But then Tony takes it and does, you know, really curate the show so that everything looks nice together, pairs well, displays well. There's so much work that really goes into the exhibit. But I will say the comments that people were so thrilled that, and many times they don't have a chance to have beauty or free anything in their lives. And it really meant a lot to me to hear some of the comments that were coming through and to have them be part of our process of setting it up. It really reminded me of why we are here, why we do what we do. And I continually want to make the Art Association more accessible to people however we can do it. And I've enjoyed, you know, some of the free programs. I know the city has been doing more programming, and they're always very generous to ask us, as you have, to be at the table and to say, hey, can you just have a table where you know, talk about art, or, you know, have an activity for the kids, whether it be origami or, you know, painting rocks, whatever it may be. we're really, really happy to be accessible to people. And we really want to show people, you know, anybody can belong to Quincy Art, you know, whether you're a student, you know, 5 years old and just taking your first class, or 85 or 95 and you always wanted to take a class, or as we've seen, you know, the almost professional work that we have by our
there's
artists.
definitely, I wouldn't say there's anything almost about it. We definitely have some professional artists
Well, I'm
in the
just
community.
trying to be humble,
Yeah.
but yes.
No, but yes. So I've been very impressed by a lot of the art that's come. And I really love the inclusive approach that the Art Association takes. The arts are so important to the city. So I think it's great. I love being able to give a platform. So I'm going to go ahead and share here. And we're going to start. One of the things, as you mentioned, you know, we're not able to appreciate the full, you know, that whole experience of what Tony was bringing. So we'll do our best with some of the individual pieces from last year's show, and starting with this beautiful poster that I think Tony created this, didn't he?
He creates them every year, and every one is unique, and he takes a lot of pride in his graphic design abilities, of course, and we're always happy to have a way to showcase his professional talents. Absolutely.
So
yes.
Well, with due respect to Tony, I'm sorry that we can't. He wasn't involved in the creation of this exhibit we're about to see. If people want to go and view this after, we're going to go through and look at each of the pieces from that we have images from. I can put even a caveat there. Well, I'll do the caveat in a second. If people want to go and see this, they can go out to the library's Flickr page. They go to the Thomas Crane Library. I'll actually even work through here at the end for people who want to do it. I can show people how to find this page to go and appreciate this later. The caveat that I wanted to say is a lot of the images that we're about to see, I actually took the photographs of them, and I am not able to photograph things or get very good photographs of anything that's behind glass. So any of the pieces that were in the exhibit that I was getting a big reflection off the glass, I didn't capture because it just wasn't something that I felt I could give justice to.
Sure.
So hopefully my edit, I do a little bit, when I take the pictures, I try to crop it a little bit just so that it fits into a nice online exhibit. Sometimes the artist names get cut off at the bottom, which I apologize for. We'll work on doing some annotating. And if any of the artists are watching this would like to let us know, hey, that's my piece, I'm really proud of that, I would certainly welcome them to give me an email and identify which their piece was, and I'd be glad to go. I certainly am so grateful to all the artists who share their work in this way with the city. It's such a treat to have.
Yes.
So. Yes.
And just with that, I also would like to say, you know, we are very grateful that the mayor does really, so, you know, he really does provide many opportunities and supports the arts, and we know how much they mean to him, and we know how much the Art Association means to him. So we do want to give a shout out to the mayor and all of his staff, because they all do help us so much throughout the year. And all of these exhibits are always not without the help and support of the Parks and Recreation Department, as they hold our panels for us and deliver them for us and pick them up and so on and so forth. So it really is a concerted effort throughout the city. And I think that's one of the things that we're so proud of, is that we get a lot of support from the city, and we truly, truly appreciate that. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, actually, so here we have one of our superstar, and I will say a professional artist, Edwina Catchy. She has really devoted her life to her artistry as well as education, and she has educated many, many children and adults over the years. Unfortunately for us, she did announce her retirement last year, and has moved further down on the South Shore to live with her son. So we don't see her as much, and we probably, won't be able to depend on her as a teacher anymore, but we would still love to have her come in and do a workshop every once in a while. So people know Edwina, they know her work.
She's got such a great way with a line. I love in this painting. I love the light. I love how it plays with the dark of his jacket versus the light coming through his hair. Obviously, for people who don't really immediately recognize, we're looking at David Bowie, of course.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
Yes,
fabulous.
and she's one of the first artists, I think, on the South Shore that did start focusing on celebrities and wasn't afraid to send out, portraits of people famous or infamous.
That's
And
great.
we've really enjoyed them.
Yeah. Now we have a
Oh,
still life of some beautiful
nice.
flowers, which
Right.
we're all enjoying this time of year as things come into bloom. I love the interplay between the different blues and the whites and the yellows. Yeah,
Exactly.
I
This
can
is
feel the
probably,
warming air.
oh, absolutely. You can smell them, right? It's
Hmm.
nice. Yeah, this is actually my personal favorite color combination. And again, it goes back to, again, very early, my love of Monet. And I remember seeing a beautiful book of his home, and his dining room is actually almost the very same colors, that nice cobalt blue with yellow, bright yellow. And so this actually transformed me right back to France.
Oh, that's great.
So
I
it's
love it.
nice, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful light, beautiful
Hmm.
layers there. And then
Absolutely.
here's
And then we have
another,
more flowers. I see some poppies. I see
yes,
it looks like poppy orchid, maybe
an iris,
an iris.
peonies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I will say some of my favorite flowers,
Mhm.
and the colors are really, really magnificent. Um,
It feels
yeah,
a little
and
later in the season. These are later bloomers than the first one.
yes,
So this is
yes,
good. Yeah.
absolutely. Actually, you could walk the rows at Peacefield and see these colors probably late May, early June, I would say.
We'll be there soon.
Yes, yeah.
And here we
Oh,
have a more
neat.
abstract where we're appreciating the
Right.
butterflies. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a playful,
Yes,
kind of traditional but new way of looking at this. I could see this
absolutely.
on a restaurant wall perhaps while I'm enjoying some fabulous
Exactly.
food.
Great play of color, nice contrasts, and really introducing some bold colors that sometimes people are afraid to use. So I love it. I really love it.
Yeah, it is great.
Oh,
And this
yep.
one, does this not scream Georgia O'Keeffe and some of the, like the, I don't know, it really does to me. I think just some of
Absolutely.
there's something about the energy in this piece.
Yes, absolutely.
Is
Yep.
that like a morning glory or I don't
Looks
know what?
like it.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Mm.
Even though sometimes like a morning glory might be so fragile, but this really is bold and strong. It really is nice. Very
Things that
nice.
are fragile can also be bold and strong, right?
That's right.
Is that
Exactly.
the paradox? Yeah.
That's the way. Yeah,
Mm.
right. And sometimes you need a vehicle like art to make that happen.
To appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yes.
The reflection here in the water, or the
Hmm.
reflections. Um,
Yes.
yeah, it kind of you're in this
Nice.
tranquil scene. You can really just take a deep breath, I think, with this painting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's funny. This reminds me of kind of questions that we've had. We have professional judges come
Mhm.
in and judge these exhibits, and that's how we award the prizes. So, or award the awards, I should say. Not always prizes, but
Yeah.
most of the time. But sometimes, many times, the conversations that we've had with the judges and even with the artists is, you know, is this completely finished? Or, the artist really
Mm.
wants to know, when do I know this is really complete? And
That is a hard question.
it is. It
Yeah.
really is.
Because
And
knowing when to stop is really important.
oh
Um,
yeah. And with me, I hate to say, is like that's my end fall is I never know when to stop. I want to just keep pushing and keep getting there. So, but this piece in particular leads me right to that question is like, oh my God, I would this would almost be a work of life for me, that you could almost go infinitely with the details. So I
and
love
yet
it.
there's something in and you certainly could add detail to it, but I also love that there's something about the play with the foreground, but then the distant mountain in the background, and the sense of
Hmm.
space as you would be standing and just in this
Yes.
scene. That like more detail. I like it just like this. This is really cool.
I do too.
Yeah.
To me, it's screaming, what's the rest of the story? That's what I
Mm,
love about art is,
yeah.
I'm seeing the details and I can't help but with this one think, wow, what was taking place? Who are the people that lived here? And so on. I don't know. To me, that's
Yeah.
what is so inviting about this. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
very nice.
yes,
Well, there's your detail.
that's right. And what's on
there's
the
the
other
end of your
side of the
question.
fence, right? There's a lot of question there.
Exactly. I love it.
Mhm.
And that's what art is. And that is one of my my personalities traits that I bring to this is I love when something just evokes enough of the question so that you want to learn more. And I could really see myself spending time just looking at this very simple but complex painting and just wondering all the stories and all the what ifs that are associated with it. It's just
How many
beautiful.
hands touched that gate? Who has walked through it before?
Exactly.
Did somebody trick somebody into painting it for free? What is the story there?
Absolutely. Love it. That's great.
And we know some of the stories here. Sometimes we have art that helps us remember great times from our past.
Yes.
Like Super Bowl championships. And
Exactly.
how we made everybody feel like we were just dwarfing the competition.
That's right. I hope that's not Tampa Bay. I don't think it is from the colors of the opposing team, but
we don't have to go there right now. That's right.
Exactly.
Just relish in our past victories.
Beautiful. Again, this is where, you have a lot of fun with something like this.
Absolutely.
Yes, a great devoted artist too. He's been contributing to our exhibits for a long time. Good, really great person.
And I know
yes,
that we always see pieces from this artist at every piece. And
yes.
I've seen this model, I believe, even in other pieces before.
Well, I just happen to know about this because I have spent way too much time with the infamous Chris Kreitman. He, one of our board members, and great person, great personality. And I do believe that this is taken from the King Richard's Fair, because that's one of his favorite places to hang out, or at least it was. Don't know if they're still doing that now, but this
again, it may not be happening this year, but I'm sure there will be a future for the fair.
Right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is. I know he had another painting of a person from the King Richard's Fair, but that's what this reminds me of for sure.
Yeah. I love the contrast between the trees in the background and like the wrinkles on the cloth on her arm.
Yes.
Especially on her left arm as it extended. I don't know. There's just a way it feels so alive, and just the texture there is really incredible.
No, you can tell he invested a lot of time and energy into this piece.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of detail. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Great.
And here, I can definitely, I know where this is.
Exactly.
This is in the Blue Hills. I've ridden on that road before.
Oh, yes. And that's another one. So this I thought was very uncharacteristic of Chris. But I love it. It really is a beautiful, and when I saw this, it immediately transported me right to the Blue Hills. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Great painting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And here, I don't know, we have several people. We have the art class that is meeting weekly. I assume they're not meeting now, but is done.
No, right. The figure class.
The figure class, drawing. Exactly.
Yep.
And this is obviously from, I assume, one of the students in that class. Yeah, perhaps this is not a winter that we had this year, but.
Right, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Very nice. Nicely done.
Mm-hmm. There's still the promise of green in the background in this one, so maybe this is. I wonder what time of year this was. Maybe it is. Maybe it is a spring with a late snow or something. Yeah.
Exactly. I know. That's what we were just talking about. Is we had more snow in April than I think we had all winter.
April was chilly. I am glad we're now in May.
Yes.
Ready for some warmer days.
Yes. Oh, yep. This looks like
we're
fall.
We're bouncing all over seasons. That's right. This is capturing the best of New England, probably. I think some of these colors are just phenomenal.
And knowing Lily, this is probably Black's Creek, because I know she does a lot of local work, and she's one of our artists who likes to do plein air painting, and we do try to encourage camaraderie. So we do have a Facebook page that we try to, announce when somebody is so inspired to go someplace and encourage others to join them. So Morgan Davis is our artist who usually takes the lead with that, but Lily has joined her, and I know I've set up places every year. Again, sad to say, we probably won't be doing it this year, but we might be able to tweak something. But
we could practice. I would think that there could be physical distancing with plein air, as long as you keep
Sure.
6 feet between, and being outside is obviously a lot better than being inside. So
Right.
maybe people would be wearing masks the first couple times people go into it right now, but
right.
yeah. Well,
So
I certainly look forward to future paintings too, but this is a great capture
is.
for fall
It's
afternoon.
fabulous.
Yeah.
And actually, there's kind of, I don't know if that would be like Pine Island in the back, but but anyway, as far as we have encouraged some of the artists to have a day at some of our historic sites.
Mhm.
So we've had the plein air painters at the Dorothy Quincy Homestead and the Josiah Quincy Homestead, and this year we are just operating tours outside at Peacefield. So again, I don't know if we could be able to do it there, but we'll chat and see if we can come up with something. But everybody is always welcome to join us.
Yeah. And here we are.
Neat.
We know where we're located there. Yep.
Yes. Wow. Yep. That's fantastic.
That is quite a streetscape, and
That's
definitely
right.
says Boston. Yep.
Yes. Yes. How lovely. Right.
It really is.
Oh,
And the
nice.
piece here, going out into the
Yes.
harbor. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hanging out there
That's
myself.
a good way to practice physical distancing. If you got your own boat, you could definitely have some solitude out there.
Absolutely. Yes.
I love the play on the water. It really
Gorgeous.
does transport me looking at this.
Gorgeous colors. Absolutely.
is.
And again, that's where we're so lucky to be located here in Quincy, with the miles of seashore that we do have, and then the marshlands, and then the Blue Hills.
I had a great recent conversation with all about mountains to the sea, and looking at celebrating the ecology we have in Quincy. We are definitely blessed. We're very
and lots of good opportunity for artists to capture it however they want to. But this play of sunlight and the sunrise or the sunset is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh,
and here we have
my goodness.
I think this is I believe this was a modified photograph. It looks like it was a photograph that's kind of been enhanced. That sky is phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will say though, walking along the beach, I have really felt like I've experienced the sky looking like that. I mean, it's
I've
amazing.
seen that. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. No, that's fabulous. Wow.
Yeah. I'm glad those came one after another. That was fun.
Yes, such talent. Really, we have some incredible. Again, another community that helps us really expand our reach is that we partner with the South Shore Camera Club. And so many of their members cross over and are members of the Art Association. So they are so ambitious. They usually, under better circumstances, meet regularly and compete regularly. So they really challenge themselves to produce, which is a lot of fun. It's neat. So their work has always added to our shows.
Well, something I should put a plug in here for everybody who is creating art, everybody who's taking pictures, a little teaser. The mayor is going to be announcing soon a citywide COVID memory project so that we can collectively bring some of this together and have an experience. And those of us in the library are working on archiving it. I won't say anything more because I don't want to steal the thunder from the mayor.
Right.
I would encourage everybody who's been doing that or who's been thinking about doing it, please redouble your efforts and watch that announcement that'll be coming very shortly. Or perhaps by the time you're seeing this, it has been announced. But I'm not going to say any more right now. But
no, that's fantastic, and we hope that that's
Absolutely.
what we were trying to do is give the artists an opportunity to show their work anyway while we're closed. And so we've been offering themes on Facebook and Instagram, and then we have a gallery on our website. So we can we'll talk about that in a little bit. But here we
Great.
are, back to May flowers. I
Yep,
love
here we
it.
are with a
Love
great
it.
collage. Yeah.
Yes. Again, the three-dimensional aspect of this and the different perspective is just fantastic. How working with other elements adds so much to art. It's wonderful.
Yep, for sure.
Ah, great.
Now, I
Wow.
believe that's not Eddie. Who is? Do you know who this is a portrait of? I wanted to say Eddie
No.
Vedder, but I'm not sure it is Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
I think it may be somebody else.
Wow.
I'm not sure if Eddie Vedder plays mandolin.
Fun little mandolin. Right. Right.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite
Right.
intense.
Great. Good work.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And
Isabel
here we are.
Stamets. Yes.
Yep.
I love Isabel's work. She brings a nice spirit and energy to our shows, and she's actually one of our star instructors as well. Teaches drawing as well as painting, and she's one of those patient and kind types that is very good with beginners. So
And
I
she's
don't
got
think
quite
she's-
an eye. The just the light, the shadows and the reflections in this piece
yes,
are
right,
it's phenomenal. It really
yes.
is. Yeah, transporting.
And she has a way of making a typical daily scene into something that looks so much more artistic and culturally, attractive. It's really beautiful. The play of colors and reflections in the windows. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. It's great.
Yeah, she's got a great eye.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
There we are.
We're looking down at the exhibit.
Yes.
I don't remember exactly where this ends. I think
Right.
that is how we close this exhibit. So
Okay.
let me go. That's an
Sure.
image looking down last year.
Right.
And then we wanted to share with everyone the gallery at Quincy Art. So if people are looking for
Good.
this,
Yes.
they can obviously Google the Quincy Art Association,
Right.
and they'll know they're there when they get to Quincy Arts. And here, I'll go to the homepage so everybody can see.
Yes.
This is what the
there we
homepage
are.
looks like. And then you click on this brand new Your Gallery. And
Right.
this is the work that has just recently been uploaded. And
Yes.
We'll click through and we can look at a few of these.
Yes.
Looks a little different. But
Right.
yeah.
So we did want, we thought it was very important for artists to have a way to show their art. And again, this was really the sadness of not having our exhibit this month. So we did want to give the artists a platform. So many of them we find are shy to either take photos of their work or to try to share it. So we are encouraging people to not be shy and send Tony or send the Art Association their work. Oh, that's beautiful. Very nice. Great colors. Very great. Good use of colors.
I like this gallery in that it so clearly shows the original dimensions and the artist too. That's
Yes.
something that was missing obviously with the gallery that
Right,
we were looking at
right.
just a minute ago.
And
So-
David has been a longtime member and consistent exhibitor. And so we appreciate him sharing his artwork with us. And this is fantastic.
Yeah.
And Dan, of course, is a longtime member of the Art Association as well as a board member. And
I know he contributes a lot. He's a great friend
not
of
a
the library.
not a silent partner when it comes to advocating for the arts. That's for sure. It's very passionate, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Yes,
look at
yeah.
that. Faith, hope, and love. So not
That's
bad.
what we need these days. That's what we
Exactly.
need.
Not a bad theme to go with.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is definitely a hard format to appreciate the scale of the sculpture.
Right.
To see it on a screen,
Mhm.
that's one of the downsides. It's obviously much better to see these things in person.
Sure, but the clarity of it and even this one it's just beautiful. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
the way that
great.
the light shines and it's the celebration of the different pieces on the walls there. Yeah.
Right. And again, the colors and how
Yeah.
they. Oh, great,
Yeah.
Valerie. Yes.
Sorry if I'm going too quick. Tell me if you
No,
would like me
that's
to back
okay.
up anything. But, yeah,
No, this is beautiful. Again,
isn't it?
what-
Yeah.
I'm sure, I think Valerie has done this piece just since we've been kind of shut down. Right on spot.
This really does speak to the mood of, we can feel the sun in our faces, but sometimes we do feel alone on the edge of a cliff.
That's right. Yeah. But again, the colors, it goes from really cold to the warm colors behind. And
it does,
nothing like the sunshine on your shoulders, right?
That's great.
Yes. Oh, and another one, beautiful. Oh,
yeah.
She is, again, a multi-talented artist. She has sold, fused glass items at many of the craft shows. And, she obviously is a well-rounded artist doing pastels or different mediums. I love the fact that
I can tell she puts a lot of thought into it, too. I love the title for this one, just calling it Standing Strong and appreciating how we can stand together and yet apart. I mean, there's a lot to kind of unpack here.
Absolutely. Really it's wonderful work.
It is.
True professional. Oh, lovely. Nice.
Taken with an iPhone. This is a great example of what people can do with technology that's in many of our pockets.
Sure. And just again, the beauty and the color that, are right here, right available.
Yeah, just being there and available and taking the opportunity. That's great.
Appropriate social distancing. Very good.
That's right.
Wow.
Now, I don't think she took this one during this, unless she probably didn't self-quarantine. This is probably something that she has just uncovered.
Right.
What a fabulous piece of architecture. Wow.
Very nice. Very nice. And again, something that we wouldn't be seeing if we didn't have this opportunity. So it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Great.
It's a great time of day to be there. That's really neat.
Nice. Ooh, I was going to say, that looks like a Tony piece.
That is a Tony for sure.
Yes.
That's great.
Wow. Look at that.
And it's in watercolor. Man,
yes,
I'm envious of somebody with the kind of patience and brush control to create something like that. That's really
right. Neat. And just the spontaneity of idea, but then capturing it and taking it to, the intimate, impeccable detail, really.
Which
the design
is so challenging in this media too.
But the color contrasts and the designs that he has going on there, it's really fabulous.
It really is.
And
now he's dealing with oil and wax.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not trying to copy his stuff. That's for
no
sure.
kidding, right? Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Oh, and look, and now he's this looks like it's taking similar themes from that watercolor, but using them with oils and wow.
And just again,
it's like a fantasy that you're just it's going to wrap all around you.
Taking the colors to the ultimate level. It's really amazing.
Yeah, definitely plugged in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, lovely. We were in this together. Oh, so it does seem that a lot of the artists are going with the theme of
absolutely.
Oh, again, a lot going on here as well. She has a beautiful style about her. It's nice. I haven't seen her stuff since last September, so it's fun to be able to look at it.
Revisit it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, again, a different take on a lavender field, right? Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, having the Art Association just capture a lot of the diversity and different ideas and perspectives that we have in the city. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to share that. It's great.
It really is a great way to celebrate so many of the fabulous cultures that come together to make Quincy the strong, vibrant community that we are.
Yeah.
We are really fortunate to have so many different stories to be able to benefit and to enrich our lives.
Right. And thank you at the library. I think you really do become the center of all places. The library always speaks of, again, accessibility. And we love having this opportunity. Oh, look at that. Woo! I love it.
That is something.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful portrait, and then that play of colors just to break it up. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice intimate portrait there.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Oh, great.
Chris
Again, I love
continues
the
to do.
colors.
Mhm.
Yep. Ah, Phyllis. Ah,
That is fun.
those two
Yeah.
make quite the team, that's for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, I love it.
Anticipating Wizardry. That's
Yes,
great. I love the title of this
love
one.
it.
And, yeah.
Good for her. And
That is
again, the multiple layers of different materials that just make it that much more interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
she really is spot on. Fabulous.
And I think this is
yeah.
the last one in the gallery today.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And sad to say, actually, the end of March, we were offering a workshop with Phyllis and another member, Ginny.
Oh, and it had to be postponed. I bet.
Yeah. So we had offered it once, I forget when, sometime, last year. And it was a big success. And so we were looking forward to it again because they are an amusing pair as well. So
Yes, there's a great energy around this. It's really fun.
yes.
It's very playful.
Yeah, I love it. Good for her.
Kelly, thank you for taking this tour, this fabulous art with me. I really enjoyed this.
My pleasure.
I want to show everybody, I promised to show them how they could go back and see past exhibits. So I'm going to go to our website really quick.
Okay.
And just walk us through this process. If people are on thomascranelibrary.org, they can just search for Thomas Crane Public Library. If they can't remember thomascranelibrary.org, they can go to the Connect menu and go to At Your Library. When they click on this first link, it'll take them to this page. It has links to all of our different platforms. This is the easiest way I found to find the Flickr page. Go down here past Facebook and Instagram, and just click on the Flickr link.
Okay.
Then when they're out here in Flickr,
oh, neat.
This is what it looks like, and it shows them all of our exhibits. My screen seems to be taking a little bit of time to load.
Right.
Refresh it here and see. Usually, I'm not sure why it's not showing the examples from each of these galleries today, but we see little examples, and then if we click through to the art exhibits, where did my mouse go? Hello, there we are. You can click through and we can see all the different art exhibits that are in this collection. So you can see the one we were looking at was the Quincy Art Association Spring into Art from 2019.
Right.
But if we scroll down,
I love it.
People can go and explore. We have Quincy, the Spring into Art 2018 is out here. I think we even have 2017. We've been doing this for...
Oh, yeah. No, this is a wonderful resource that you've been doing.
There's
it's great.
16.
Yep,
16.
Right.
Did I miss? I assume 17's out here too. So there's lots of additional artwork that people can come and enjoy on our Flickr page. And so I hope people will find some enjoyment and appreciate just more examples of the fabulous talent that we have in Quincy and around. So
right. And just to say, we know that May is usually the Art Association spring exhibit, but obviously every month you highlight an artist. And again, many of them are Art Association members, but not all. Yeah. So we appreciate the fact that you do get to, zero in on somebody's talent and showcase it. So it really is a great opportunity for the community to expand like that. So
we certainly delight in highlighting and sharing art, highlighting the different artists throughout the community in the greater area, and sharing with people just so many wonderful perspectives on life and the human experience and all the different ways to see it. So I know if people are wondering what happened, I know we're in the middle of an exhibit in March when we had to close. That exhibit is actually still there. We closed the building and we've walked away to keep everybody safe. And I haven't finished plans, and I don't know what the artist needs are. I certainly hope to be able to give another couple of weeks to complete the exhibit that got cut short in March. Right. And I've been in contact with the artist for April and for June. and I know we've been talking about how we're missing out in May this year, and I think this exhibit is just, the Quincy Art Association exhibit will be on hold until next year, as we see things developed.
Sure.
But we certainly will we had a really exciting exhibit lined up for April that I'll make sure to work with that artist and make that available in the future as it most makes sense. And things will probably just get pushed back a little bit is how I see it, when we can finally welcome people back into the library. But until then, I'm really glad to be able to offer this opportunity for people to appreciate these past exhibits and engage. And again, I'll put out the request again. If people see work in those exhibits and they want to make sure, if they want to say something, if they want to make sure that a credit is given to an artist that hasn't been fully credited out there, we are in no way trying to take art from anyone. We're just trying to share. So please contact me, share those credits with me, and I will do my best to improve the situation as quickly as I can.
Great, thank you.
Yeah,
and I just want to say, that we want to keep art alive in Quincy. So
it sustains us. We have to sustain it. That's right.
That's right. That's right. So we do have opportunities on Facebook as well as Instagram, both at the Quincy Arts pages, and then obviously this gallery on our website. So safest bet is to send anything to Quincy Art Association at quincyartma@yahoo.com.
And I'm sure there's a link from the website if people didn't write that down just now. So
Right. And we can maybe put that up later or whatever we have to do.
Yep.
And sure, we'll move it on to the people that are posting. So
that's great.
Thank you, everybody. And keep making art during this time.
That's right. Thank you, Kelly. It's been a pleasure.
Okay. My pleasure. Thank you.